Hello and welcome to Futures Fast Forward. I'm your host, Samuel Anthony Otero, and today we're going to kick off a series of episodes of Futures, taking a look at a variety of career fields in the medical industry. You know, for generations, parents have been telling their kids, grow up, go to college, and become a doctor. That very career aspiration seems to be ingrained right into the American dream. But as we found out through our travels, there are actually some pretty cool careers within the medical industry that allow you to utilize the latest technologies, are really pretty interesting and fun, and, well, they pay pretty darn well too. And we're kicking off our series today by taking a look at some of these careers within medical imaging. So here we go, a new series kicking off right here at Futures Fast Forward, Careers Within the Medical Industry in Pennsylvania. Part 1, Medical Imaging, today on Futures Fast Forward. This episode of Futures Fast Forward is brought to you by our friends at Miller Welding and Machine Company. Founded in 1963, Miller Welding and Machine Company of Brookville, Pennsylvania is a single-source solution encompassing fabrication, machining, and finishing technologies aimed to meet the wide range of needs that our customers demand. Staffed with a team of engineers and highly skilled employees, our quality and our commitment make us a leader in this industry. We provide our customers with high-quality parts by continually improving the processes we use, and we provide our employees a safe and satisfying work environment and invest in their futures by constantly investing in new technologies. 2 readily accessible state-of-the-art facilities accommodate our workforce of over 300 highly skilled employees. For current news and employment opportunities, visit our website at www.millerwelding.com.
Produced at the IT Academy at the Jefferson County Du Bois Area Votech School in Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania, Futures is a prime example of the educational innovation happening at Pennsylvania's many career and technology high schools. Futures is bringing the real-world experience into the classroom like never before. And you too can take advantage of the career and technology educational opportunities that are right in your backyard. So contact your local career and technology high school and find out all about the many exciting and innovative programs that they have to offer. Programs that offer real-world training for real-world jobs. And if you're a professional working at a career and tech ed school, Futures would like to work with you to help you build public awareness for your regional educational efforts. So join the many businesses and agencies that are already partnering with us to take advantage of our advanced production capabilities, innovative outreach campaigns, and of course our ever-growing network of distribution channels. Put Futures to work for you. Contact us today to discuss a world of possibilities.
Futures Fast Forward is brought to you in part by Du Bois Business College, providing quality post-secondary education for over a century. Their commitment is to develop programs that enable their graduates to be successful in their field of study. And they work closely with businesses and set programs that correctly mirror current industry trends and the modern use of technology. With 3 campuses in central Pennsylvania, Du Bois Business College can help you touch your future faster. Visit them on the web at dbcollege.com.
Big bag.
Safe. Our first stop on our tour, we're here at DRMC, Du Bois Regional Medical Center, and we're talking about careers in nuclear medicine. Nuclear, sounds scary. Let's talk with Audra and talk with Patty a little bit and find out exactly what does that mean.
It's a specialty of an imaging department. We inject or administer a radioactive chemical to a patient. Our chemicals are site-specific. In other words, that means whatever organ a doctor's checking the function, we give them a chemical and we can determine what's going on with that organ.
Now, I find this interesting. You guys are actually part of the imaging department, are you not?
Correct.
But when you think of this as a career, it's referred to as nuclear medicine.
I think imaging encompasses all of the radiology type modalities, and that would be MRI, nuclear medicine, ultrasound, CAT scan, breast imaging. Diagnostic imaging are pictures that are taken of the body in very different many modes. Some use radiation, some use magnets, some use ultrasound waves.
Technology has changed so quickly, mainly because of computers. A lot of the things we do now are done using computers. Even the storage of our images, we're getting to the point now in a lot of hospitals aren't even using x-ray film anymore. What they do is they store it in the computer, what we call an archive system or a PAC system.
Here we're all digital. We don't use film, we use these photophosphor stimulated cassettes.
In this digital age, nothing really happens without the help of Lisa, who is running the PACS system.
The radiology department has changed dramatically. We've gone from an analog to a digital system, which means, of course, we no longer have film, we don't have processors. Everything's done electronically over the computers through our network that we have set up.
We have one of our students from the IT Academy here who is planning on, again, jumping into the line of fire, dedicated to his craft as a potential journalist and broadcaster, coming to you to make certain that Futures Fast Forward represents the most realistic representation of what it means to do this as a living.
Before going this any further, have any of you ever developed radioactive powers, like, you know, Hulk smash?
Or like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Or have any of the patients ever had that happen to them?
Not quite.
Use me as necessary.
What kind of x-ray would you like to have? We don't ask that to all of our patients.
What kind of x-ray would I like? I'd like the super deluxe version with an extra for a quarter extra.
We love the digital technologies, don't we, boys?
Yes.
So we just put the film here, and this thing, it's called a bucky. And we use these little lead markers. They have right or left on them, and our initials, so they know who did it. Put that on the film, and then we go back here. We select how much radiation we need, and then we tell him to hold his breath and take the exposure.
One of the things that interests us at Futures Fast Forward is technology, especially us being the digital media gurus that we are. I find this fascinating that they're not taking pictures these days with film like they used to.
We don't usually take them apart, that's for sure.
Uh-oh. See, we cause trouble wherever we go.
These are very expensive, so.
Oh dear.
These are about $2,000 a piece.
Oh my. Well, I gotta go. Doc says I need this. You can get it to him right then.
Right. In most cases, the doctor's looking at the images before the patient's even off the table.
Then, of course, that can be emailed, can be transferred over your network.
Yeah,
Doctor could be sitting
doctors can see.
on a beach in Bermuda and pull up his BlackBerry and see somebody's x-rays. Yep. Amazing. How many different images may you be processing and distributing on any given day?
We usually do 200 to 300 every day.
Okay, this is what we call an RNF room, radiographic and fluoroscopic room. The technologists, when they go to 2 years training, this is one of the piece of equipment that they learn how to use professionally during that 2-year program. This unit is used for routine x-rays. We can do chest x-rays, abdomens, lumbar spines, all types of different routine x-rays. This unit is also designed, which is a newer system, is designed with a digital fluoroscopic room. So the images we take with that, we can then send that right to a computer, and we don't have to print them on hard copy.
It's a dual head gamma camera. It's variable angle, which means that the two heads can be at an angle or they can be away from each other. So we can look at the top and bottom of the body, or they can be in the position that they're in now, and it can make a three-dimensional picture around the body. So it images in several different planes, and that lets us get very specific as to any abnormalities and where they are found within the body.
You were saying, Justin, you said what? What'd you say to me?
I said those things look like really detailed video game controllers or something.
This actually is called a fluoro table, and with this imaging, this gives you live radiation, which we're not going to do.
So that is an actual joystick control.
Basically.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're controlling what?
This just brings this across. The patient would be laying on the table. If I push this button, we would be able to do some x-rays and take some pictures. This button just moves the table so you can get the patient moved without actually making them move. This machine here you would use to take a regular x-ray that you used to be able to hold up. Now we'll see it on the computer. And the difference is the other machine has live radiation. That means you can watch whatever's going on or being x-rayed, you can watch it while the patient's laying there. Basically, we mostly have barium studies in this room where you're drinking barium. Or,
that's that wonderful milkshake that tastes like chalk, huh? Right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So as the person's drinking it, we can watch the barium go down their throat, into their stomach. We can watch it empty out of their stomach. We can put it in through an enema.
Oh, dear.
We can watch it however it goes in. If it's in there, we'll see it.
We're not going to demo that today. We have to stay far away from that because that is actually a series of really big, strong magnets, hence the name. Christian, tell us a little bit about how the technology works and a day in the life of an MRI technician.
The technology works with a large magnet and series of radio frequency pulses. Each one exam that we do has its own coil. As you see there, that's a coil that we use for head imaging. Every different body part has its own coil. It has to be very specific. Your body's made up of mostly of water, and it works off of the hydrogen in your body. When you put that in a magnetic field, it'll align in a particular direction. So then we pulse it with a radio frequency to knock it out of alignment. What we do to get the images is we measure the relaxation time it takes for it to go back into alignment. That's kind of a generic explanation of how we acquire the images.
Pretty cool. One of the things I thought was interesting was they actually came into what appears to be a mobile unit or some sort of trailer configuration for the MRI unit here at Brookville Hospital. Dan, tell us a little bit about this technology. Why is this set up like this?
Well, the cost of the equipment is extremely high. MRI unit set up like this can cost anywhere about up to $2 million. And the volume that we do, we do about 3 days a week of MRI procedures. So we share the unit. We share the unit with other hospitals. It's in a mobile truck, so they move it around from one place to the next.
There is no radiation in MRI. It's just the magnet and the radio frequency. As far as acquiring images, MRI is superior when it comes to soft tissues, ligaments, cartilage, muscles, brain tissue, organ tissues like that.
A CAT scan machine does singles, well, it does kind of a 2D image. So instead of a flat x-ray, you're going to go through the tube, and the machine actually divides your body up like a loaf of bread, and it pulls one slice at a time out of there and looks at that slice, and we can depict what thickness that slice is. So you get the, it just gives you a whole lot more information, and from that information we can reconstruct it on the computer, do 3D images and coronal and sagittal obliques, and it just gives the doctor a whole lot more information than a regular CT would.
Instead of having all the anatomy overlapping that you would have on a routine x-ray, by doing the slice, like take a loaf of bread. You take a slice out, you actually look at that loaf of bread, you have more detail. You look at each one individually. So basically we do that in CT. Now in this particular image, what we've done, we've taken those slices and stacked them and tabulated all the information. The computer takes that information.
Then you get the composite there. That's interesting.
Of the patient's
all right.
And this can be changed to different modalities. We can actually take, using the computer, we can take and cut out the bone, eliminate the bone, so all you see are the arteries and the veins within the patient as well.
Wow.
So the computer is able to do a lot of things, you know, removing anatomy that's in the way so it's not overlapping with the information that you want to see.
But you can get it. It's just so neat. You can image the body in any plane. Like in CAT scan, if you think of your body like a loaf of bread, and you can pull one of those slices out and look at it on end,
yeah, that's
what a CAT scan works. Right. And then if they take thin enough slices, they can reconstruct those on a computer to be in a different plane. Okay.
Yeah,
So you
so
can
you
go
can look at it
sideways
from a
through your
30
body or
degree
this
angle
way.
or- yeah, okay.
In MRI, we can image in any plane you want. You tell me you want to, like, for example, a woman's uterus lays real funky in their body. We can angle those slices to that part in any way we want.
Wow, interesting. Very cool. And of course, the resolution's phenomenal.
This machine is brand new, so it's state of the art. It can, you name it, it can do it.
There you go. Outstanding. This is interesting. So what are you able to tell from an image on your screen?
Well, with our screen, once again, it's back to the metabolic rate. Our skeleton's may look like a skeleton, but it's a facsimile of the entire metabolic matrix within the skeleton itself. Our heart muscles don't look nothing like a heart. However, it tells us where the potassium-like substance is going and staying or not getting there.
So it's more of a function study, and you have to inject something in the body to watch it flow, versus x-rays where you just have the radiation comes from the outside and goes through the source. Here we have the radiation on the inside, and we're picking that up on the camera.
Okay, what we have here is a bone scan. What this patient did was come in 3 hours prior. We took a history, administered the radioactive chemical through a vein in their arm, and they came back. This camera filmed them from head to toe, and then it comes up on this screen, as you can see, the bones.
The bone scan material, what is not taken up in the bones, is excreted through the urine. So you can see the kidney processing the material that didn't go to the bones and actually going and filling the bladder, and then the bladder would empty and that would go away. You can see the patient's heart here is beating the blood, the abdominal aorta, and the bifurcation of the iliac arteries going down into the patient's legs.
This is expensive equipment. This is complicated equipment. You got to know what you're doing to get the results that you need to help people heal. Now, I would imagine you have some rather specific and as well as some broad learning that goes into being prepared for a career in these technologies. Is the paper that you get as an education specific to nuclear medicine?
Some of the classes that you take at it depends on where you go. If you go to a university, I do believe it would be an associate's or bachelor's degree of science. I don't know if there's a specific nuclear degree.
When I went, it was a bachelor's degree.
Come on over here.
Yeah. When I went to school, there was a bachelor's degree of science, and then you got your certificate in nuclear medicine. We have a student coming now that went to IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and then to Findlay University for their final training. And I'm thinking now they're switching and calling it a bachelor's degree in nuclear medicine. So don't just think I'm bad at math or I'm bad at science or I'm bad at English. I wouldn't want to do certain careers because I think sometimes it may not be your strong suit, but that doesn't mean you can't overcome it.
So math, physiology, even physics. But, you know, luckily for you, you don't have to be Stephen Hawking if you want.
Who are you talking
about? Never mind.
We have an OEC 9900 cath lab C-arm here, which is the first of its kind in the United States. We are the first one to get to visualize this and use this C-arm equipment. We have places all around the world watching us and watching how things are going with our C-arm and if we're having problems with it or difficulties with it. We are the first one to get it out on the market and we're very proud of that fact. This is our monitoring system. Like you got to see the pictures on here, everything is done digitally. We don't use cassettes, we don't use developing film, everything is done right on here. And like we just talked to Lisa in our PACS coordinator, these images are all sent to our PACS system. This way they can view them. Our cardiologists can go onto their computer, pull up these images, and see what's going on with this heart.
This isn't just for people having babies, is it?
No. We do a lot of things, abdominals, pelvics, a lot of vascular stuff where we look at how the blood is flowing. Even your heart, we can look, to see how it's functioning. A lot of things. Basically, you're using an ultrasound beam kind of similar to sonar or radar, along the same line, only using an ultrasound beam. An ultrasound beam dies the minute it hits air, so we use a coupling gel to make sure that it's directed into the body. We're going to look at Sue's carotid here. This area right here is her carotid artery. You can literally see it thumping with each of her heartbeats. The bigger area is the jugular vein, and the part of the thyroid is seen also on there.
Where's the Big Mac she had for lunch yesterday?
Hasn't hit that artery yet.
Jefferson County, Pennsylvania is open for business with excellent tax-free building sites, a talented and experienced workforce, and business services specialized for your development needs. Jefferson County Department of Economic Development is ready to help you and your company grow and prosper. Join other prosperous companies such as Miller Welding and Brookville Equipment that have made Jefferson County their home. For more information, contact the Jefferson County Department of Development.
I want to tell you my secret now.
Okay.
I see unemployed people.
In your dreams? When you're awake?
Walking around like everyday people. They don't know there's jobs.
What do you mean? There's opportunity everywhere. Futures Fast Forward, Saturday nights on Fox 8.
Futures Fast Forward is sponsored in part by United Electric Cooperative. United Electric is special because it's owned by its members and is guided by a set of principles that reflect the best interest of those members. United Electric Cooperative members reside within 10 counties in PA, and the cooperative operates an electrical system that spans 7,000 square miles while employing 72 local people. United Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. Visit our website for updated job opportunities. So we did find out that you're not necessarily going to pull down six figures working within medical imaging, but it is still a fulfilling career and you're getting to help people, all without having to commit to an enormously lengthy and expensive education and having to put up with all those nasty malpractice insurance bills that the doctors have to deal with. Now, as a technician, what did it take for you to get into this career field education-wise?
That has kind of changed over the years. When I did it, they liked you to have a little bit of a medical background to begin with. I started off as an x-ray tech and then pursued further from that. It was just a year beyond being an x-ray tech. Now, that's not required. Now it's more you can just go straight into a 2-year program. Sometimes they might be 3 that you can go directly into ultrasound.
I'm the lead CT tech.
CT technician.
Yes.
Okay, so to get into this field, somebody that's interested in this level of imaging, what kind of education are they going to need to invest in?
Basically, they're going to need to be an RT first. They're going to have to go and be a radiographic technologist first. And then after that, it can just be on-the-job training. And once you've done so many, the ARRT has guidelines. You have to do so many exams of so many different kinds of exams, and then you're eligible to take your boards. And at that time, you pay so much money and go in and sit for your boards and become registered in that.
Personally, I went to X-ray school first, which is most generally a 24-month course, 2-year associate degree. And then after that, there's MRI school, 6 months to a year, depending on the program.
So I went to X-ray school, which you can either go through like a 4-year based college program where you do like intern or residency or your clinicals at different hospitals, or you can go through a lot of places have hospital-based programs.
Actually, about 20% of the X-ray technology training programs in the U.S. now are done like this in a hospital-based environment. But we felt it would be helpful to be able to offer our students the option of a bachelor's degree in addition to the certificate we offer them. So we've developed this collaboration between ourselves and University of Pittsburgh at Bradford. Our graduates can transfer 50 credits towards a bachelor's degree in radiological science at Pitt Bradford. Many students decide not to and just finish a program like ours with its certificate, which allows them to sit for a certification exam once they pass that, and 100% of our graduates have passed that. There's an extremely good X-ray program in Bradford Hospital, a 2-year program. There is an excellent program at Clearfield Hospital. Du Bois right now is affiliated with Mount Aloysius College, where they do their clinical work there at Du Bois. We have students here at Brookville Hospital who do their clinical time from Western School out of Pittsburgh.
So now what they do is, I think they have an associate program where you go to college and then you go a year through a clinical area and then you take the boards. You still have to take the registry to be a registered tech to get the highest level of pay.
Okay, how much of it is classroom learning versus on the job and clinical out in the field?
2,000 clinical hours and 400 classroom, I believe.
They they're eligible to work as X-ray technologists pretty much anywhere in the country. And that also offers them the chance to do advanced training and certification in fields like MRI, CT scanning, ultrasound, mammography. So there's a lot of different directions students can go.
The opportunity is amazing. Everybody should look at the X-ray field in one way or another, get a chance to look at it. 2-year degrees, they can do 2-year certificates, they can do 2-year associates, or they can do 4-year bachelors to become an X-ray tech.
Why have you chosen this as your career path? What do you think? Yeah.
I hurt my ankle playing football, so when I got an X-ray, I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay, so you had a real world experience and you went, wow, man, I can do this.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I broke my jaw playing soccer.
Wow, another real world experience, and they said, man, oh man, I can do this for a living.
Every day is different. You're not ever quite sure what you're going to get into when you walk in the doors.
Well, you don't want to hold up your class here. Is this a student or is this your instructor?
No, she's an instructor.
Oh, okay.
She's alright. She's camera shy.
Well, come on in. Jean?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Jean. We were interrogating your students, and they had nothing but glowing things to say about you, I'll have you know.
Because there's going to be 2 tests tomorrow.
Just one disadvantage of being an X-ray tech is that you have to work nights, weekends, holidays. You know, people get sick 24/7. So
yeah.
That's one of the disadvantages.
Luckily, we're not on call very much anymore.
All of our exams are done on a scheduled basis. Every now and then we add one on for the day or for the next day.
What do people in radiology, what do technologists generally make? I mean, starting out, what are you getting into?
Techs usually start out around 30,000. Then depending on the amount of cross-training, the amount of experience, they slowly move up the ladder from that.
Depending on different applications that you're capable of doing and credentials that you might receive, you could make up to $30 an hour.
At one time, nuclear medicine associate degree was the highest paying associate degree in the world, and that was just not too long ago.
I'm really in the wrong field.
They are looking for people to have bachelors now so they can rise up through the ranks and become managers.
That's my plan, actually, is to move on and become a doctor. Go to med school after this.
Okay. How about you, sir?
I plan on looking for a job.
Okay.
I plan on hiring him.
Great. See, the entrepreneurial spirit's alive. What it comes down to is if you're looking at the certification on a technical level as a technician or getting your bachelor's right out of the gate, your first job isn't necessarily going to mean more money if you have a bachelor's degree. But should you decide to try to move up the ladder within your administration or training or sales, that's where it's going to come in handy for you because you already have that foundation of higher learning, and that's where it'll pay off. So again, it comes down to understanding your options, knowing where you want to go, and making the right choice for what's right for you. Very good.
You've summed it up very well.
That's it. Wow. Amazing, huh?
Yeah.